Hello, everybody. We're Beyond Us. Here again for episode 16. You'll probably see episode 16.5. We had some technical difficulties. That'll only be audio. But we still wanted to try to put our best foot forward, and we were like, we have some more stuff to talk about, so let's talk about it.
Yeah. So
before we get into it, we're going to go over some of the things that we talked about previously, just in case you guys don't watch that. Yeah. Some stuff that we thought important to highlight specifically for this episode. You had something, Danny?
I was just going to say what you just said. Cool. Because 16's original recording got kind of janky, the plan is to basically put out extra content. And in this one, we're just going to do quick rehashes of what we talked about last night in our original recording. And we'll put out that original recording so people can go check that out for reference. So congratulations. You're basically getting an extra hour or so worth of content this week.
How unfortunate for you poor souls. One of the first things we talked about previously was we went over the whole thing with Eminem again. More so referring to it was in pretty much unanimous agreement, unless someone has a different opinion right now.
No, pretty unanimous.
The game's diss track was trash through and through.
Garbage.
This is after repeatedly listening to it, really analyzing what he was saying. It's not good.
Not
also found out had nothing to really do with Eminem. It's kind of geared towards trying to trigger 50 Cent. 50 Cent is very confused by this.
Understandably.
Yeah, like
I imagine someone telling him, tapping him on the shoulder and being like, "Did you know? Did you know? That was actually about you."
Yeah, so like they
me,
showed
about
him,
me.
They showed 50 the interview that the game did talking about this. It was like, oh yeah, well, I mean, I don't really have anything against Eminem, and I was like, it was, my whole beef's with 50, but 50 can't rap, so I went after Eminem.
Which makes no sense.
I guess
Like,
because
this
that's
guy's
his boy.
stupid.
So I'm gonna be real with you.
It's just,
I'm gonna be real. The more I think about it, the more I don't think that's true. I don't know. I think he went after Eminem to chase some clout and realized his track was not that good, and he is backtracking.
This could look like backtracking. I agree. Kind of him thinking of a excuse so Eminem doesn't have to come at him like I don't think he is anyways.
No, he's not going.
Yeah, there's too many instances of him like saying that Eminem's in his top 5. How much he raved over the Recovery album. And
I just think I think his whole point of the diss track was to try and get more eyes on him before his next album.
And for the record, it's not working.
No.
His album is not performing well.
When did it come out?
Contrary to what people expected to happen, most people aren't actually listening to the album. I haven't listened to the album.
I didn't even know he had a new one.
You weren't being serious. That was just mean. All right.
That was funny.
But yeah, so it's not performing well. This song, the actual diss, might be the only thing from his album that has any weight, and that's because people are listening to it, finding out it's trash, and then talking shit about it.
Right.
But the other thing that got kind of brought up about Eminem was his new song. He's featured on a DJ Khaled song, which for anyone that's not aware, DJ Khaled releases these albums where he's not actually on the tracks.
No. Right, he's not saying any lyrics. Right.
Yeah, he produces all these different songs where he just adds different artists together. And this particular one is a remix of one of Kanye's songs. Shit's pretty fucking fire. I can attest to that. I was I was quite a fan of it.
It was it's Gospel by DJ Khaled featuring Eminem and Kanye West. And like I said before, and you'll hear it in the previous audio, it's a Khaled melody while Eminem is just killing the bars for an entire 40, 50 seconds. And then
the chorus is Kanye from his song, and it flows so well. Like, it sounds real nice.
It's a really nice. It's remixed technically, but it's a really nice song.
The kind of feel you're gonna get from it is he comes at it with the same energy he came at with Best Friend, the song he did with Yellow Wolf.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, by the fucking title, you get there's a religious
connotation,
faith-based thing to it, which I don't have any problems with. I don't think there's anything wrong with you showcasing your faith in your art.
No, as long as it doesn't become
you should do this or you should do that.
Preachy.
Yeah.
Like
no, if
I want a sermon, I'll go to church.
Yeah, it comes from a place of this is what my faith has done for my life.
Right. Well, this is my experience.
Yeah, if it's
and religion is that.
And if it's personal, that's totally fine. If it becomes a preachy sermon, I could have gone to church for that. I didn't need that.
And I think something that's cool about the way Eminem crafts his bars, it's about
more than one thing.
God and Jesus, right? It's also about more than one thing, but anyone could listen to it and get the same message.
Right.
It doesn't. It's not like, oh, if you aren't religious, you can't listen to this song and enjoy it and get good meaning from it. You can still do that.
Yep. No, absolutely. I mean, I think that's the magical thing about Eminem.
His entendres.
Yeah, he's a lyrical genius.
Yes.
You could miss an entire storyline, an entire 3-part storyline within one song that you didn't know was there.
That's true.
He'd just be sneaking it in there.
You can do that.
And then at the very end, he ends with the punchline, and you're like, wait, what?
Where did that come from? Right. But yeah, that's a bit of a rehash from yesterday. So you want to hear more about that, 16.5. Additionally, 16.5 has all of the questions we were asked over the past 2 weeks. So we're not going to go back over them because we won't have the same amount of genuinity to it. So all the questions you guys asked, Murphy, Amber, we appreciate your questions. We answered all of them. They'll just be featured in the audio 16.5, so check that out to get your answers. Another thing we went over yesterday, but I think we'll rehash real quick. A situation kind of mini exploding on TikTok and social media for that matter. A TikToker claimed that Black Panther 2 is, because it is made for a black audience, white people shouldn't go see it on opening weekend if they don't want to be anti-black. And we went into it, talked about how dumb that point of view is.
Ultimately, it's a regressing mindset. It's holding back any type of progress within every community. To be honest,
right.
Assuming that people can't enjoy works intended, or
we can't keep thinking like
other
that.
Groups, yeah.
That perspective that she's thinking into even come up with a response like that is not the type of world that's going to be positive. So it's not going to be growth.
It's not going to help. No.
Yeah.
It's just going to further the divide.
We all agreed on this.
So that being said, Black Panther 2, I will be seeing opening weekend.
I hope I can. Yeah. I don't know.
Because it looks good.
When does it come out? When
we'll get it to you.
Drop?
I'll bring my phone. I'll FaceTime you.
No.
I didn't say when I'd FaceTime you.
You will not do that.
Not on my...
You got it, Brett. You got it, Brett. We'll talk after the show.
Black Panther 2 releases Wakanda
Drum
forever.
roll, please.
Gotta remember, it's not Wakanda. It's not Black Panther 2. It's Black Panther Wakanda Forever.
Wakanda
November
forever.
11th.
Oh, plenty of time. Plenty of time.
November 11th.
I'll be able to watch it.
Apparently, the final film for Phase 4.
Really?
I didn't know we were already done with Phase 4.
Of the entire Marvel cinematic phases?
Like,
wow.
We'll head into Phase 5 afterwards, obviously. I don't know why the breaking points are where they are.
Have we had enough movies for Phase 4?
Phase 4 started with, what, No Way Home?
Oh, did that start Phase 4?
I think so.
I was vaguely aware of the phases anyways.
No.
Maybe it just follows the comic.
I thought that was still... Oh, really?
I think Black Widow started Phase 4. All right, let's think. Hold on. Let's think. What's come out since Avengers? Since Endgame? We've got Shang-Chi. We've got Eternals. We got No Way Home. We got Multiverse of Madness.
Mm-hmm.
The new Thor.
Maybe
and I guess we're gonna get Black Panther. I mean, I guess that's 6.
Yeah, that's 6.
I mean, that's a good amount. Let's check what was officially in Phase 3. Let's check that.
I don't know. It just felt light.
Hold on. Phase 3. All right, so the reason it feels light is because Phase 3 was mad long. But if we look at Phase 1 was Iron Man, Hulk, Iron Man 2, Thor, Captain America 1, and the Avengers. 6. Phase 2, Iron Man 3, Thor 2, Captain America Winter Soldier, Guardians of the Galaxy, Avengers Ultron, Ant-Man. 6. So we got a 6 thing going on here. And then Phase 3, Civil War, Doctor Strange, Guardians 2, Homecoming, Thor 3, Black Panther, Avengers Infinity War, Ant-Man 2, Captain Marvel, Avengers Endgame, and then Spider-Man Far From Home was the end of Phase 3. 11.
Whoa.
And then 4...
Shit.
But Phase 4 is being counted as the Multiverse Saga, so they... So we got Black Widow, Shang-Chi, Eternals, No Way Home, Multiverse of Madness, Thor Love and Thunder, Wakanda Forever. If we don't count Black Widow because it was a prequel, that's still 6. That's back to the old norm.
It's true.
That's weird.
So in that light, this is the multiverse saga, right? Mm-hmm. Do you think we're going to see anything multiverse related in Black Panther?
Yes.
I hope so.
Did they already hint to that?
I don't know if they hinted at it, but I think we're going to get references to X-Men. Because keep in mind, in the comics, Black Panther married Storm.
That's right.
And we're clearly getting closer and closer to the X-Men showing up.
And
I know the bad guy is Namor.
Unless something's changed, the new Black Panther is going to be Shuri, right? Shuri?
I think. Yeah. We haven't gotten confirmation on that, but I would assume.
The sister.
So if it's her, right? Do you think they're gonna do like a relationship between her and whoever becomes the new Storm?
Maybe, because they are. I mean, they are. I don't want to say pushing, but they are pushing more LGBT roles.
Mm-hmm.
That could easily be something they do, and I think Storm was bisexual.
Really?
When you look at a lot of the characters bisexual.
I think most of the X-Men probably.
Yeah.
If we're being honest. I
don't think they cared.
I could see that. I don't know. I don't know what their plan is, because I know some people thought it might be. Oh God, what was his name? M'Baku,
yeah.
A lot of people thought
there's
a
theory that he is actually the current Black Panther.
Ooh. Wait.
I did hear about this theory, because they're supposed to always have a Black Panther. So there's a theory that right now, like after Black Panther died, or however they
I'm curious to see how they do that.
The theory is that he became the Black Panther even if they didn't have the capability of reproducing the powers at that moment. He took the mantle.
Just so there's always like a protector or a watcher or whatever.
There is somebody that is supposed to be in that role at all times.
My concern with that is, if that's true, we don't know. My concern with that is, one, he has to win it by combat. That's a rule.
So he would have had to beat somebody. Like I imagine they would have had to.
Right.
Like you can't if the
unless
Black Panther is gone,
unless all tribes just said no, he can have it, which is possible.
Because they would all want someone from their faction
we've even talked about it where when the erasure happened, the snap, and Black Panther was gone, who took filled over that role?
Right, who took over?
The theory is that he took over that role.
Okay.
Within that time frame.
So then it would just revert back to him when whatever happens to Chadwick happens.
Theoretically.
Okay, maybe my one concern is, does that mean he dies too? Because there's no way Shuri's going after him in trial by combat. He bodies her. In a fight where they have no powers and no weapons other than spears, he bodies
Unless she has her technology,
right,
but I don't think that'd be allowed.
To use tech in those battles.
That wouldn't be allowed. I don't know.
There's no Earth. Look, I respect her, and I think she's actually a badass. I do. There's
maybe he dies too.
Earth she bodies M'Baku.
No.
Maybe he
dies.
mean,
if you would have told me one of the the spear maidens did,
yeah.
I'd be like, yeah. I can't remember her name.
Okoye, I think, or something. It's Michonne from Walking Dead.
Yes.
She bodies M'Baku.
If you told me she beat him in combat, I've been like, that makes sense.
Watch. Honestly,
sure.
She probably would have beat Chadwick.
Probably.
She had bad knees.
She was mean.
She was mean. She was no joke. She beat the shit out of Bucky.
It's true. It's true.
She beat the shit out of Bucky. And Bucky's a super soldier.
I mean, she went right alongside all these superpowered females in the show. And she had a spear. Yeah, in that female montage, the very forced female,
the very unnecessary forced.
Yeah, very unnecessarily forced. Yeah, she was there.
Look, and real
and
talk, and look, I want to establish we're not saying it was unnecessary because it was a female thing. We're saying it's unnecessary because we needed to act like the females joining together was the solution, when in reality it was all up to Captain Marvel and Scarlet Witch. You don't need help when you're those two. They are the strongest people in the universe.
Scarlet Witch OP. Too OP in my opinion.
In my opinion, I think you could have showcased all of their strengths with different scenes
individually.
Yeah, you didn't have to have them come together in this weird,
a don't worry, the women are sticking together moment. Like, why?
It felt so out of place.
Yeah.
So do you think
how did all of you all over this battlefield?
It very much felt like pandering.
It was,
or it felt like pandering.
It very much felt like pandering because here's the thing: all of these women individually were fucking bad. Most of these women individually were badasses. Pepper Potts, not so much. No offense, but she's not. And
didn't she save Tony's life in every Iron Man?
No. Almost.
No.
I think she did.
No.
I think she gets credit for being a big reason why he comes out alive in every Iron Man movie.
She's a motivation. I don't think she did much to save him in most of his situations.
I'd have to go rewatch it again. I could have sworn I was scrolling through TikTok or something, and somebody was talking about
killed him in the third one. She almost killed him.
Look, man. Plus and minuses, okay? Plus and minuses.
What I'm saying is, individually, all of these women could have had a great moment. Hell, they had perfect partnership moments. Valkyrie could have had a badass moment teaming up with Thor. Wasp, literally, her job is to be Ant-Man's sidekick.
Mm-hmm.
That's her job.
So, speaking about women of Marvel, have you guys seen of She-Hulk?
No.
It came out recently.
We're waiting until it's done.
Really? Are you guys gonna wait?
So I think I know where you're going with this. So initially, I heard good things about She-Hulk. Initially,
I've heard very mixed reviews.
But
yeah.
like, I'd say after the first 48 hours of the first episode airing, it has just been a hate storm of this show. Just from episode 1. And it has to do with the fact that there are some lines in She-Hulk where it seems very attacking of men. Like, she's very feministic. Has the air of superiority towards men, and men didn't like that.
I haven't heard about it.
A large group of a certain type of men did not like that she was just trash talking men.
It's probably the same people who follow that take guy.
Probably.
So what I heard a lot about was specifically. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Because most of the stuff I heard about was basically not liking the format and not liking how she breaks the third wall. But really, like, her comic book roots, she broke the third wall a lot too, and they don't feel like they like that as a part of the show, and it's weird. But that's part of.
I haven't watched it, so I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not really a spoiler.
I
haven't
mind.
Heard
anything
in
that.
regards to that.
I don't mind when Deadpool breaks the fourth wall. I don't give a shit.
So that's why people are hating on it, because they think it's an imitation, and they don't know that in the comic book She-Hulk that came out.
It's because
she does that.
If we're being honest, She-Hulk was a joke character.
It's just kind of hard to see how she fits in. Like, I like the storyline. I like Marvel, so I like the first 2 episodes. But it's kind of hard to see where she's going to develop towards. Like, we already have the Hulk.
Right.
You know?
Well, so that's the other problem. We already have the Hulk, and just like we've done with a bunch of characters recently, for whatever reason, Marvel is on this weird binge of taking old male characters and making the female version of them for the MCU going forward. We had a female Thor in the most recent movie. Now, granted, that's a real thing in the comics, just like She-Hulk is. These aren't problems, but for whatever reason, Marvel is making a powerful shift to making a mostly female ensemble.
Right.
And I do think that is going to upset a lot of people. I don't necessarily care. As long as the characters are good and the movies are good, I don't really care.
I mean, this is a good example of it. She's like you said, her storyline isn't really significant to the universe.
Right.
But she's being pushed. You know what I mean? Like, every other series on Marvel or Disney Plus that has, like, a storyline, like the Scarlet Witch, that stuff directly involves the universe. It has ramifications.
Well, so I think if this show doesn't have direct ramifications, that's another reason it's going to suffer, because I think that's the reason that Moon Knight and Miss Marvel suffered. They don't matter.
Yeah.
They're characters that most people don't know about, and the show doesn't matter, and it has characters that we never fucking seen before in the MCU, so unless you're a comic fan, you don't know who the fuck these people are.
And I won't spoil it, but they're good. The first episode has a good cameo you guys will like. You know, so it's like, it's not all like that.
What is it? Miss Marvel. You probably feel like the show doesn't have much of a purpose until the very last episode.
Mm-hmm.
You've seen it.
Not to It's not to say you can't enjoy the show, but if you're looking for ramifications that affect the entire scope of Marvel, you're not going to see it until the very last episode. Yeah,
last 10 minutes of the last episode.
Not like the last scene of the episode, isn't it?
Well, the last 2 scenes, because without spoilers, if we go back to a specific stinger, an audio stinger, Brett.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
That was in the second to last scene, and that has ramifications.
Yeah.
Most people won't catch it.
No.
But it does have ramifications. The point is, Miss Marvel doesn't affect the MCU up until the last 10 minutes of the show. I doubt She-Hulk will have a massive effect either. That doesn't mean it has to be a bad show. The problem is that we're pushing characters people haven't heard of and have no reason to go watch the show.
I think we were talking about while we were watching Miss Marvel, and I don't know if you have the same opinion, Salo, but I feel like people would develop more of a care for these characters, right? If they got introduced
in a movie
with a known character.
Yep.
So, like, for instance, Miss Marvel. If Miss Marvel got introduced in the Captain Marvel movie, although I know that a lot of people don't like Captain Marvel, but it would push the character out there. Exactly. You could develop a certain bond to the character, and then you go to that character's show or individual movie at that point, depending on the popularity.
Right. Now, I will say, I do think She-Hulk has an advantage of having the Hulk in it as a major character. That is a good advantage. Granted, here's the thing. A lot of us don't give a shit about the Hulk. Because he doesn't have his own movie anymore. They're never going to make a Hulk movie. And we don't even have real Hulk. We have, like, halfway Professor Hulk. It's not even Professor Hulk. It's just halfway Professor Hulk. So that also doesn't make sense to me because, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen Shang-Chi yet somehow, I don't care about spoiling that one for you at this point. But if you haven't seen Shang-Chi, in the fucking post-credits, we see Mark Ruffalo as regular Bruce Banner. Why is he still half Hulk?
It really makes you think, like, where in the timeline
is everything going on?
Are these? Yeah. Are they happening in different verses?
Maybe, right?
The problem is we don't know, and they don't tell us.
Yeah.
Like, at the end of Shang-Chi, we got regular Mark Ruffalo Bruce Banner, but now in She-Hulk, he's back to being half Hulk. What the fuck is going on with this timeline?
Yeah, I bet we'll try to hit you guys with our opinion on She-Hulk whenever
in 4 to 6 weeks when it's over.
Yeah,
and for those who don't want to wait, maybe the first episode directly answers.
Hey, yeah, dude, if you want to just watch it as it comes out,
Brett and I are the type of people that would rather wait and binge because we know we'll stay more committed to the show. Because the problem is, if we watch an episode that we think fucking sucks, we won't go back.
We're not coming back.
We won't go back.
I will endure the torture. And
we won't.
Yeah, man. Let us know how you feel.
Yeah,
I watched the first episode. It glosses over some stuff you're talking about. So
yeah, we'll see what happens.
See, that's the thing.
Still too early to tell for sure.
About the people that are getting upset, either one are not realizing the point of the things that she's saying.
Right.
Like they're not taking into the account that, like, this is a show about what they would like to be a prominent female character.
An alpha
Why
female.
Would you an alpha female? Why would you
alpha.
not want her perspective?
No, she 100% is an alpha female.
Yeah. It's going to be her perspective with her personality mixed in. And from what I've heard, there's already been ramifications and like irony and karma towards the shit that she says. I don't know if you can back that up, Salo, but like that's from the little bit I've seen, because I saw like a pretty hateful review of it, and I was very concerned.
I haven't seen anything.
Yeah, but
it's not gonna be people's cup of tea, so they're gonna tear it apart. I think that's what it is. Like, you're not gonna like the format, you're not gonna like the character, and if you don't like it, you're gonna watch the entire episode and only look for what you hate about it.
That's true.
And that's the thing. I think a lot of people confuse,
I don't like
a character who
is being bad.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you don't have to like her as a character. I'm pretty sure that's the point. You're not supposed to like her as a character just yet. No. Like, she's
just
supposed
started
to
on
be
her journey.
Abrasive. Yeah. She has a lot of maturing to do and character development.
And that's a really good point, because like I didn't even think about it like that. She has to be showing some progression of being someone down here going up there, because that's the whole arc of heroes. So you're not gonna like her.
It's just really harsh for episode 1.
I'll tell you this: whether these reviews are biased or legitimate or whatever they may be, I'm still going to check it out. 1, it's Marvel. I want to know what happens. 2, I like the actress. So, I mean, she's a good actress. So, we'll see what happens. But it's probably
enough on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, guess what I found out, guys?
What?
So,
did you know that hamsters hibernate?
Yes.
No.
I didn't.
Yeah.
Like bears?
They
In winter?
will if they're in a state where they're too cold, so like if it just gets too cold in your house, right?
They'll go into sleep mode.
Hibernate. But they will not wake up until it gets warm.
They're good. Until they're good.
So for as far as anyone is concerned, they're dead.
They're dead. So there have been many cases where people have buried their hamster thinking it was dead. It wasn't. It was hibernating.
That's terrifying. I feel like that would happen to me. This house is so cold.
Sad.
Oof.
So it's suggested that if you have a hamster and you think it's died, but randomly, like it didn't choke on something or old age or whatever, just out of nowhere, you came home out of the blue and it's dead, put it in a heated room and give it a day or 2.
Mm-hmm.
And then if it's still laying there, all right, it's time to call it.
Like a Hot Pocket.
I didn't say microwave your hamster, Salo.
I mean, just lightly toast it.
Firmly grasp it. That's what I heard in my head. No, we're not doing that. But yeah, so that's really sad.
Quick addition to the PSA, real quick. For the love of God, people, do not toast your hamster. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't toast your hamster.
We do not condone that behavior. Absolutely.
Shut up, Salo.
Shut up, Salo.
Don't do it.
All right. So
thank you.
I just wanted to bring that up.
From viewers like you.
Got a couple things in the world of football.
Just
get them out of the way real fast. 1, Baker Mayfield, quarterback for the Panthers, guarantees a starting job. Sam Darnold out for 4 to 6 weeks with a high ankle sprain. Honestly, thought Baker should be the starter anyway, so whatever. Makes me real excited for week 1, though. Baker versus the Browns. Real excited for that game. Secondly, Geno Smith named the starter for the Seahawks because Drew Lock threw 3 interceptions in a preseason game against the Cowboys. Not a good look. Speaking of the Cowboys, 2 preseason games ago, Brett and I watched these clips. They're insane. Kevontae Turpin? This motherfucker is fast. Fast.
So this guy, give people some history. He went undrafted, didn't get signed to any teams, and he went and played in
Poland.
He did some time. Not is it the XFL?
USFL.
No. So before that, he did some time in the
CFL.
The football league where like the fan base
fan control football league.
Fan control football league.
FCFL.
Yeah, he did some time in that.
Yeah, he did
then
one
he went
season
to
in
the
the
US,
FCFL and then went to the USFL.
Yes, and he was the reigning MVP of the USFL
as a receiver.
But no one knew or cared.
Right.
So no one knew about this. Dallas picks this guy up.
Snags him.
No one talks about it. Nobody. This is a reigning MVP of a football league.
Of a legitimate league.
And then he goes this is his first preseason game, right?
I think so, yeah.
And he fucking go ahead.
He plays on the special teams and fields a kick return from 2 yards out of the end zone and takes it 98 yards for a touchdown on a kick return. Then Later that half, we're not even in a different half. He takes a punt return 80-something yards for a touchdown, breaking like 8 ankles along the way.
Ooh. Yeah, so the first run you see in the playback, and it's just like, oh, Dallas. It looked like Dallas made a nice big hole. You know, like their players were playing really well, and he was just faster than everybody.
Dumb.
In the second one,
he was juking and jiving.
He was juking everybody.
He was dodged up,
no one could touch him. It was nuts.
It was nasty. So here's my thing.
Disgusting.
Here's my thing. He's a major threat, but Brett will understand this a lot. Here's the bigger reason this is huge. This means he's our new kick return guy, right? Which means Pollard's not. Which means Pollard can have more time as a running back.
That'll be good for him.
That'll be good for us.
Yeah, I think it. I think what it'll do is really highlight the USFL.
Yeah, I do too.
I think it's going to have a lot.
Maybe.
I think it might have a lot more people take a look at it to see, is there a player I want to watch in this, because I think they're going to make it into the NFL.
Yeah. But yeah, so while on the topic of Dallas, I saw a little crazy stat. I just wanted to bring this up. One of our offensive linemen, Zach Martin, he's considered one of the best offensive linemen in the league. He's been in the league since 2014. 8 seasons in the NFL. He's been to the Pro Bowl 7 times. It's pretty good for only 8 years in the league. Here's the reason this is even more crazy. He has been to more Pro Bowls as an offensive lineman than he has holding penalties in his entire career. In 8 years in the league, he's only been flagged for holding 6 times. I found that out. That's insane! He's an offensive lineman! All they do is hold people!
Yeah, that's kind of their thing.
So I thought that was a little fun bit of history. And the only other football-related thing I have, also a little tidbit of history. Had no idea about this, but this is crazy. Found out that the 2010 San Diego Chargers had the number 1 offense in the NFL and the number 1 defense in the NFL and didn't make the playoffs.
How does that happen?
I don't know how. I don't know.
That's one of the cool things. Obviously, if you care about watching football, is like you'll go into a game where it's supposed to be a
knockout,
a shutout. Like there's no reason the other team should win, but the reason any given Sunday has become a phrase is because it doesn't matter who the team is.
It can
that
happen.
Sunday. It can happen. A team could get a bunch of penalties that they don't even realize that they're doing. They could just have a lucky break with a play, and all of a sudden they're up, and they just happen to maintain that lead. Maybe they just get a spark of inspiration. They're just like, "This is the game we want to play at our peak performance."
Right. It transcends statistics.
Professional football players play the way people expect us to play.
It's just hard to put together how you are the best on offense and the best on defense.
Looking at the numbers on paper.
That just where did you go wrong? Special teams?
Something.
But anyway.
So, did we have anything we wanted to recap about from the previous podcast before I go into a certain topic?
I don't think so. I think we covered everything major.
Okay. Solid, you got anything?
No, I think we're good. We can move on to new stuff.
Yeah, just reinforce that people should check out 16.5 if they want to hear everything in depth.
Yes. But something that
is important.
Yeah, something very important. We didn't mention it on 16.5, mainly because not everybody was aware of it, and we wanted to acquire a bit more information.
We were all
fully
understood. Yeah,
I'm sure most people know who CoryXKenshin is. He is one of the most popular YouTubers in the game right now. I didn't know about him for a while just because I wasn't in that realm, but I do watch him a lot more now. He came out with a video recently, and the title goes into exactly what he's talking about. Racism and favoritism in YouTube. So he lays out a bunch of his reasoning, and I'm not going to go into it too much. Honestly, I think you should just go watch his video.
Agreed.
He explains exactly where he's coming from, all thoroughly. His evidence, very thoroughly, very professionally.
Yeah, he does such a great job at keeping emotion out of it for the most part.
Yeah, you can tell he's very upset, and he is trying to keep emotion out of what he's saying. But it's hard. I know it's hard to, because there's clear evidence that his videos are being persecuted in a way that doesn't make sense. A way that's not affecting other YouTubers of different skin color. And he goes in and he talks about how he doesn't want it to be a thing of race, right? He doesn't want to think that it has to do with race. But that's why he has the caveat of favoritism, because it's one or the other. Either certain people are being favorited and he's being persecuted against because someone doesn't like him, or there is
the color of his skin.
It has to do with the color of his skin. And he's not the only creator of color that feels that way or has had situations happen to them. But he is an individual who has the platform and the fan base to actually talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, what are you going to do? Delete CoryXKenshin? I mean, he's on other platforms more than he's on YouTube anyway. What are they going to do?
He has 14 million subscribers. That's crazy.
And here's the thing.
That his stuff's being censored like that.
He has 14 million subscribers on YouTube. If YouTube decided, you know what, fuck this, we're just going to delete his account, all he has to do is put out a tweet and say, fuck it, I'm full-time on Twitch now. They all go to Twitch.
Yeah.
All of them.
Nah, it's strange. I can't say that like there's any doubt in my mind that there's
something.
Could easily be some. Yeah, there's something going on. And that's the thing. All it takes is one person, right? And this isn't to say like YouTube as a whole is like racist or has favoritism, but all it takes is like certain individuals, because when it comes to those checks, outside of maybe initial, bot searching reviews, of things that
outside of the base algorithm.
Yeah, outside the base algorithm. They're real people. And all it takes are certain individuals that take a look at something and they're just like, oh, I like this guy, so I'm going to unblock his video or unrestrict his video. Or, man, I don't like this guy for X reasons, whether that's you don't like him as a person or you dislike the color of his skin. Right. And all of a sudden you're blocking or restricting his content. And, it's a huge problem. And the fact that it's been brought up by one of the most influential individuals on TikTok, I mean, not TikTok, on YouTube, I think speaks volumes. And this is going to be a thing.
Yeah. Well, and I want to just add to that, like, Corey's not the only one that said anything.
No.
And, he's probably the biggest black game creator on YouTube, like video game creator. Probably, I would say so.
There might be a few in contention, but for the most part, he's
the
up
reason
there.
I bring that up is because, like, some people might think, well, maybe it's just somebody fucked up in the gaming community, like whoever's in charge of reviewing gaming content, and there probably is somebody there that's corrupted, but it's not just in the gaming community. And the examples I can give you. Content creators that I watch on YouTube, a channel called In the Clutch, they do a lot of reaction videos. They react to music. They watch wrestling videos and watch like the best moves of the month, and they do all kinds of shit. Both are black content creators. and both have said in a video reacting to what Corey said, this shit happens to us too. And another creator in another different section of YouTube, Chiseled Adonis. I don't know if you guys know who that is. Brett probably has heard of his name. He does.
It sounds familiar.
He does the super over the top commentary for football. Like it's the super over the top shit.
Yeah.
He's hysterical. Also
right.
black. Also said he's dealt with this. These are 3 very different worlds: music, sports, video games. 3 very different worlds on very different parts of YouTube. And the black content creators are dealing with this problem in all 3 categories.
So, we haven't gone in depth as to exactly what transpired with CoryXKenshin. And the reason I'm not doing so is because I do, in fact, want you to go watch this video.
100%.
I don't want you to just take what we're saying
and be like, I got all the information, I'm good.
Tell your friends, I have everything I need. I want you to go watch this video.
Don't
I
quote
want
us.
you to listen. Yeah, listen
we're
to
not
what
sources.
he's saying.
We haven't dealt with it on YouTube yet.
No.
And we might because we have a black content creator in our group. And I think that's another reason it kind of strikes home is, what if this starts happening to us? Because we have someone who's black and we have someone who's Hispanic. You know, are we just protected by my white privilege? Like, I don't think so. I don't think the racists care. I'm friends with you. I'm guilty by association in their eyes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like, don't take our word for this because we haven't dealt with it yet. You know, if we ever deal with it, trust me, we'll tell you. But there are people who have, and they've voiced it. You should go listen to them and hear them.
Give him some views on that video. He deserves it.
He has a lot of views on that video already.
So, one at a time, I want to start with Salo. A video like this from such a huge content creator, right? Everyone's going to see it. Everyone, like, anyone that cares is going to see this video. What kind of response does YouTube have? Does something happen? Do you think there's actually some process that takes place, or do you think they just try to let it blow over?
I mean, what they've done in the past is some sort of vague support for the community type response, and then nothing. So I mean, that's what's expected of YouTube. Either some response, no response, or some half-hearted attempt that really doesn't fix anything. I think that's going to be the response, unless they do another black content creator day where they showcase a bunch of black content creators, and they don't work on the algorithm. They don't work on the people.
When you sign out of YouTube and you look up different channels under no profile, you don't really see any black content creators or content creators of ethnicity in general.
In any shape or form, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
what about you, Danny?
I mean, I'll say this. YouTube already had a quick response. They flagged his video for ad suitability immediately. I don't know if y'all knew that, but
I saw that. Yeah, that was funny.
They did that almost immediately after he fucking put the video out. The video got flagged for ad suitability. So it's still up. It's not age restricted, but it's he can't make any revenue off of it.
Which is such bullshit.
Which is fine, because I don't think he wanted to make revenue off of it.
No, but it's dumb.
But it's like, y'all got painted in a bad light. Look what happened. And here's the thing, I'm going to be real. We're on his side, so I wouldn't be surprised if this is our first video that gets flagged in some way, shape, or form. I wouldn't be.
Nah.
YouTube conspiracy theories.
I mean, they're gonna have to go through and flag a lot of videos because we are not the only people talking about it.
Hey, look, I'm gonna be real with y'all. If y'all personally go through and watch this, whoever's about to flag this right now, just know if you do, you just proven the point. That's all you're doing.
It's true.
Flagging his video proved his point.
Even if it was automatic, that's bad timing.
No, it's not.
There's nothing he did in that video that could have made that an automatic flag. Nothing. He doesn't use foul language. He never uses foul language. Anytime he cusses, he edits it out. He bleeps it. He never cusses
even like cuss words cuss words in video games.
He bleeps them out. He
bleeps
is
them out.
The most censored creator I've ever seen. Genuinely. He's more censored than PG Ninja.
PG. It's in his name.
Like when Ninja was full Fortnite for 10-year-olds, he still slipped. Cory doesn't.
Oof.
Like,
probably why he's so successful
he'll
too.
get flagged for like random things. Like, oh, a character was bent over slightly inappropriately in a video game, and he gets flagged for something stupid like that. And he has to talk with like his YouTube rep on like, how did something get flagged?
Now, I will say this. Even to his point, the whole thing that this stemmed from, and again, I'm not going to go into major detail because you should go watch it, but the whole thing that this stemmed from where he got flagged for something, he even acknowledged, if that's what I get flagged for, then fine.
It's fine. Yeah.
Like, if
why is it not happening to everybody else that puts that out?
He got flagged for is actually a thing that is in the YouTube policies to get flagged for. The problem is other creators weren't. That's the issue. All Cory's asking for here is a flat playing field. That's all he's asking for.
Yeah,
he's not asking for favoritism.
If you're gonna strike videos,
strike them on everybody.
Strike them across the board. There shouldn't be a difference.
Piplov got real emotional. That motherfucker just falls down randomly on his own, man. Makes me nervous.
The ghosts.
But no, I mean, do I think YouTube will have any other type of response? No. Honestly. Because what do they do? Anything they do at this point is going to get criticized because they're either going to undercompensate or overcompensate because they're not going to fix it. It's going to take time to fix something that's just like something embedded in the system.
That's like the thing. Like, do they make
an announcement, a press statement?
Like, hey, we found the individual who's been going around, and
it's got to be more than one.
We're trying to we're looking into certain departments and trying to figure out if there's any links to certain people.
The only way they get out of this relatively unscathed is if they come out and they say, "We hear you, we agree, and we are launching a company-wide internal investigation."
Yeah.
You know, the problem is that there's no ramifications either way. Right. What are you going to do? Go to BlueTube? Like, you're going to stay on the platform. YouTube's so big that they can ignore us. They can ignore us.
And that's something that Cory said in his video, and it's something we're going to end up doing too. You know, this whole issue with YouTube, it sucks, but where else are we going to upload this video?
Where's it going to get the exposure?
Like,
the consistency?
YouTube's the place.
Well, yeah,
the platform.
Because, like, although he has a base on other platforms, and if he had to move, it's not like he's going to be unsuccessful.
No, he's set for life.
This man has built an empire.
On 100%.
YouTube.
Yeah, a 15
that's where he's going to release
follower.
That's where he's going to release his content.
Right, because why wouldn't he? And if nothing else, Cory, from everything I've seen, is 100% in it for his viewers. He's not in it for him.
Yeah.
Like, his success is a wonderful thing in his eyes, I'm sure, but he doesn't keep uploading because he wants more money. I'm sure he's good on money. He keeps uploading because he does it for his viewers and for the people that love and support and, gain from him uploading. He's not going to stop uploading on YouTube because of this bullshit, because that's hurting his fans.
Right.
But it's like, I think the only way YouTube gets out of this relatively unscathed is saying massive internal investigation, we're going to find the issues and weed them out. And here's the thing, they probably won't do it. But even if they just said it, that's the only way they get out of this without being, looked at as public enemy number one.
Honestly, I think they're just going to ignore it.
I do too. 100%.
I think they're just going to let it die down. Tide, just pass. They're going to let it die down, and all of a sudden, no one's talking about it, and they're just going to keep doing what they do.
I think that they might stop doing it to Cory as much.
Probably.
Because he might say something again.
Or they do some. I could see him doing something dumb, where like they take someone that he like a prominent individual, and they start messing with them just as much, just so that like, hey, you can't say that we're not doing this to other people.
Like Markiplier just starts picking on Markiplier.
They'll never.
No,
it makes too much money for them.
That's fair.
They'll never go after Markiplier.
That's fair.
Nor should they. I love Markiplier. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying like he deserves to be targeted. I love Markiplier. He's hysterical. I just think there's no earth that they will go after him because he's too influential for them.
They'd probably pick someone smaller.
They would go small scale. They would go small targets on a big scale. That's what they would do. They would pick, instead of taking one Markiplier, they'd take 1,000 Miis.
1,000.
And they'd say,
1,000 Daniels.
Look what we're doing to all of these white content creators.
By means, yeah, he is referring to white content creators, not Vikings wearing a Peely shirt.
I was thinking Vikings wearing a Peely shirt exactly.
I know. That's why I wanted to clarify for you and everybody
I would
else.
like to establish, I promise you, if you find a Viking wearing a Peely shirt, that's a content creator. I promise. I fucking promise. Tell me I'm wrong.
It's gotta be. It's gotta be. Yeah. You can't be a Viking wearing a Peely shirt and not be a
content creator. There's no earth.
What do you do? Work at a bank? No.
Yeah. No, what are you? A financial expert? You fucking nerd. Like
a damn bald guy with a beard? Come on.
Like bald guys with beards, they just they run these streets.
I feel personally, emotionally, and physically attacked.
Good, because that's what I was doing.
Good. Anyway, but no, like I think that before they go after one Markiplier, they would go after 1,000 small white content creators and say, "Look,
you probably right.
Look, hey, I know that what's happening to you is horrible, but look, it happened to 1,000 of the white content creators. Clearly, we're not racist. Like,
but they're
you know
people
what I mean?
that you don't care about,
right? That's the difference. Because here's the thing: Cory makes a shit ton of money for YouTube." A shit ton.
Which almost like
makes it worse.
I'd be curious to find out like YouTube as a whole had no idea, and then like what if they took like a personal offense to the fact that this happened to Cory? Could you imagine that?
That'd
like
be dope. That'd be dope.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. That'd be awesome.
Dope.
If, like yeah,
like
if
the higher ups had no idea.
Wait a damn
like
minute.
They're CoryXKenshin fans. Like they watch his videos.
Like who
the fuck coming after our boy?
Yeah.
Who coming after our boy? And that'd be dope. Is it going to happen? No. Would it be dope? Hell yeah.
And I'm sure like he does have allies at YouTube. Like he's talked about his YouTube rep. Like I'm sure there are people that do root for him and support him at YouTube. He is a prominent YouTube creator, but you can't like all it takes
is
a small section of individuals.
All it takes is one.
All it takes is one, but it's so easy to taint an organization like that.
Well,
because this is going to be associated with YouTube.
Well, there's a reason that they say one bad seed rots the plot.
Yeah.
There's a reason that's a saying. Because one bad seed can spread disease through the rest of the entire crops.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fact. I don't know. I hope for Cory and for content creators in general that whatever this issue is does get sorted.
And not just black content creators.
No, like content creators in general.
Yeah, no one should be persecuted or treated differently. Special. Yeah, no one should be treated special. No one deserves special
treatment just because they're white. Not to mention, hey, I don't know if anybody noticed, I'm white. I'm not getting any of that special treatment.
That's because I'm here.
I got a black friend. Damn it.
Salo's here.
I got a Mexican friend.
It's a double combo effect. You're feeling both of it.
I mean, I did fuck up. My closest friend group don't got no white people in it.
Yeah, you're screwed, man.
I fucked up.
You're screwed. It's
a stacking. It's a stacking effect. So times
You
2.
didn't know when you accepted the terms and services, like they were just like
For my
like
friendship
at the bottom,
with you and Quinn.
At the bottom it said you might want to get rid of those friends, homie.
At the bottom of the service agreement, it says you will be treated as one of them, and I'm like, oh, that's fine.
It's all right.
It's all right. I didn't know what it meant. I fucked up. Is there a way out of that contract, Brett?
No.
Nah, I don't think so.
Can I get a lawyer?
I think you're stuck with it.
Can I get a lawyer?
So speaking of YouTube,
Yep.
there was this YouTube video that came out in 2009, and I heard about it from the podcast I've been listening to. Right? Good segue. So
wait a damn minute. You're listening to other podcasts?
You gonna promote other people?
I think you're gonna endorse this podcast, though. I feel like you're gonna listen. You're gonna hear about who it is, Brett. I think you're gonna like it. I have a little recommendation to listen for you guys, so you can add it to your podcast list. So
I don't have a podcast list. I have us.
So there's this YouTube video that came out in 2009 called YouTube Murder, right? And this is the description of the podcast episode where he tells a story. And within hours of the video being published, it had gone massively viral on YouTube. It even got to the point where the servers for YouTube crashed. And like there was angry crowds that were beginning to form in the streets of Guatemala. Specifically Guatemala. So this is a podcast So this episode is from Mr. Ballin's podcast. I wanted to bring it up because I didn't know if Brett knew that he had a podcast now. And I know me and him had talked about it before.
I'm aware.
Yeah. So they every Monday this guy posts like different stories, and it's like dark, creepy, mysterious stuff. And the stories are really well like told. Like he's a really good storyteller. And like every Monday it's like exclusive stuff that's not on his YouTube channel. Just thought I'd recommend it for you guys. Thought the YouTube title was a good segue since we were talking about YouTube.
So outside of Salo being a trader, you guys definitely should check out Mr. Ball's content. It's pretty good.
I don't know who that is.
He basically he tells like for the most part true kind of eerie, creepy, mysterious stories. And he tells them in an interesting way.
I'm gonna say this. You both have said his name now, and I'm still not sure what it is. So you might want to we might want to put something in like the description on how to spell it, because I don't know what y'all are saying. I can't tell if you're saying Bon or Ballin.
Like Ballin.
Ballin. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Yeah, I didn't get that for sure. Like, who the fuck is Mr. Bon?
James.
Like, I'm like, Mr. Bond, like, is this like a teacher y'all had in school or something? Who the fuck is this?
Dun-dun-dun. No, but good podcast. I recommend.
I also recommend you listen to our podcast, but hey.
Of course.
You don't have to.
Nah.
And I don't want to break it to you, but you're kind of an hour and some change already into it, so...
But this could be their first episode.
If it is, then bless your heart. Don't go back, but go forward, please. Thank you.
Except for episode 9. You should go back to episode 9. We said that in episode 16.5.
And
we really should stop degrading our own podcast.
Yeah, probably. We're learning as we go. It's getting better for the most part.
Yeah, it's only progressing. I have my notifications for Discord on, so there's communication going on and stuff and things. There's planning and outlines.
Next, we're going to be saying at the end of every podcast, be sure to not like and subscribe because we do not want your support.
Yeah.
We're learning.
We probably won't see you next time.
You supporting us is supporting our sadness. Please be kind and graceful.
We're learning what next Monday, next Friday means. It's we're getting better. Marginal gains.
Anyway, so I got a question for you two.
Yes.
Lemon lime Gatorade.
That's
is
not
it
a
yellow
question.
Or is it green?
Oh, okay. Isn't it green, yellow? I don't know. I don't know the last time I saw.
It's in a green bottle, but it's yellow.
It's in a clear bottle.
Oh.
Like all Gatorade. So, if you had asked me this question 24 hours ago, I would have said yellow. like super yellow. But then somebody showed me a picture of lemon lime Gatorade next to a fucking green grape. That shit's green, and it confused the fuck out of me.
Wait, I pulled it up just now.
It looks yellow.
It sure does. Until you put it next to a picture of a green grape.
A green grape?
Yeah. I don't know why.
Do you have the picture in question? Maybe it was edited.
I don't.
Maybe they hacked your eyes.
I don't have a picture. But I saw this on it was on the University of Tennessee's TikTok. The football team was talking about it.
Oh, I think I know why. It's a light issue.
It's not okay. I don't like it.
So when you shine a lot of light onto the bottle of Gatorade, it appears more yellow. When you have it in a dimmed location, it appears green.
I've never seen it appear green. That's the weird thing.
Me either. I've always remembered it as being yellow.
Yeah. I even asked, can I get a yellow Gatorade?
It's like they know what I'm talking about, too.
If I ask for a green Gatorade, I'm definitely getting either a kiwi or a cucumber or something else. Something disappointing.
Yep.
I mean, it's not entirely surprising. I mean,
no.
There's only
still like, wait, what?
There's only certain shades of blue difference between green and yellow.
Absolutely.
So
no.
Yeah, the fact that they would be that similar, that would
I saw it on TikTok and it threw me off. I was like, what the fuck? What? It's yellow. What do you mean it's green? And then they put it next to a green grape, and I'm like, you're a liar.
You're a liar and a thief.
Another
you
question.
That image, I guarantee it.
A question I saw on TikTok. I've never had this question asked, and therefore never thought about the answer. But there is an answer. Do you prefer pizza slices in triangles or squares?
It depends on where I'm getting the pizza.
If it's the cafeteria of my high school, I prefer squares.
Fuck yeah.
Anywhere else, I prefer triangles.
So I like squares because, like, I love me some like French bread pizza.
Yeah, so that's what I was gonna say. Like, if it's a deep dish pizza, I want it to be a triangle. If it is a flatbread pizza or thin crust, however you call it, I want it as a square.
I want it as a square, yeah.
I don't want a triangle thin crust pizza.
Yeah, that just sounds rough, right?
It feels weird.
Right.
It feels weird. I don't like it.
And then, so I asked. I just wanted to point this out. I asked this question. I told her I would tell you guys, so I have to. I asked this question to a group of people, and I was like, it doesn't have to be a specific type of pizza. It's just pizza. Any pizza, whatever pizza you like. If you like thin crust, you like thin crust. And Madison, you remember Madison, Brett? She goes, well, I like the little personal pizzas. And I'm like, okay, so you cut them in triangles. Triangles was the answer, Madison. And she's like, no, I eat them whole. I like them in a circle. And I'm like, that wasn't one of the choices here, Madison.
She likes them whole as part of the circle?
She's like, I don't cut them up. I like them as, like, I want the whole thing. I like a circle.
She's one of the rare people that click on the unsliced option when she's ordering pizza. Just give me the whole freaking circle. Don't even slice it.
I'm assuming she's talking about the little ones that are like
she's the reason they have that option. I want you to know.
Yeah, that's true. Probably. That's probably true.
Well, so what it is, like, the people that want, like, the unsliced version, what it is they want a calzone, but they don't want to pay calzone prices.
Yeah,
so they order the pizza
that's
and
facts,
then
and then they
fold
flop
bitch.
that bitch. That's
Instant
facts.
calzone.
That's facts. I got one other topic. I don't know if you guys heard about this, but there is a game coming out in a couple of months called High on Life. This shit looks ridiculous. It is made by the same people that made Rick and Morty.
I saw a clip of it on TikTok, and it sounded like Morty.
It does kind of sound like Morty. So in the game, Brett, since you haven't seen anything about it, you have a gun and a knife, and they're both alive, and they talk to you.
Right.
The gun sounds like Morty, and the clip I saw on TikTok, there's like a kid that like standing in front of you, like talking.
I saw that. I saw that.
If you try to shoot him, the gun just goes, I'm not shooting a fucking kid. I'm not doing it. You can pull the trigger again, and it's just like, no, I'm not going to do it. And then he pull the trigger again, and he's like, fine. Shoots the kid, and he's like, you feel good about yourself now? We shot a kid. You happy? You're a child murderer. Well, there goes our PG rating. And I'm just like, he's like, there goes our E for everyone, you fucking asshole. Like,
oh, man.
And then there's like a clip where the knife is like you pick up the knife, and the knife's just like, oh yeah, now stab him with me. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And you just start stabbing this guy, and he's like, yeah, that's the good shit. And I'm like, he's like, now shove me in your belly. And I'm like, wait a minute. What is happening?
What?
But it looks so fucking funny and so chaotic. It's going to be great, man. I think it's going to be a great game. It's called High on Life. I recommend everybody go watch the gameplay trailer. It looks fucking hysterical.
Oh, God.
I'm going to be honest. I'm probably going to have to get it on PC just so I can stream it, because it's not going to be on PlayStation. It's only going to be on PC and Xbox.
Fuck, it's coming out December it's coming out December of this year, so.
But it fucking looks hysterical. It looks dumb as shit. But yeah, I mean, the gun's just like, I'm not shooting a kid. And then you finally, like, you pull the trigger a couple times, you finally shoot the kid, and he's like, God damn it, you made me do it. Fine, you happy? And we shot him. We shot a kid.
The kid goes, oh, you shot me, ha! And he dies.
Yeah, the kid's like, shoot me, you pussy. And I'm just like, what is happening?
You won't fucking do it. Do it.
Basically.
Do it.
The entire time he's like
what
that.
happens.
You're a fucking pussy. You won't shoot me.
And so you try to shoot him because this kid's annoying as fuck, and he just...
Man.
It looks great. It looks so good. Like,
whoever decided to release that clip was genius. That was pretty funny.
But like when you pick up the knife has you kill the two people that tried to sell you the knife, and then like you're talking to the knife about like who you're working for, and he's like, oh yeah, let's go fucking kill him. I hate that guy. And it's like, what? Well, he told us we had to go kill this person, and he's like, that's fine, we'll go kill them and then kill him. And I'm like, what is happening?
So I wanna buy that game.
I'm definitely playing that game on stream. 100%. It looks chaotic. I'm gonna have to like make sure I'm set to not suitable for kids though. But it looks.
Wait, do you ever set yourself suitable for kids?
I don't think so, but I gotta make sure on that one.
I don't think so.
I hope you're never set to suitable for kids. I've seen your content.
I know my content's very raunchy.
By the way, I don't know who's watching this, but we are age restricted.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
We are age restricted.
For sure.
Be watching this if you're
not. So if you're under 18,
this ain't E for everybody.
We didn't give you permission. If you
but
keep
these hands
watching,
are.
you're doing it.
No.
If you keep watching and you're under 18, that's your own viewer discretion. We didn't permit it.
If you're still watching, you pressed the wrong year when it asks you for your date of birth when you signed up. Thanks. Remember, you guys used to do that, like to create like a Facebook and a MySpace.
I'm gonna be real with you.
When did you ever do that? Why would you do something so heinous?
Look, I'm gonna be real with you. I think I did that for PlayStation, and it fucked me up.
Yeah, no, it does.
Cause like years later, I tried to go into my PlayStation account, and I'm like, I don't know what year I was born.
Yeah, so that got me on a few websites, and I've fixed things or created new accounts since then. But like, there have been a few things where I created, I made up a year, and I'd go in and it asked me for my birthday. Like this years later, I'm like, oh, put my birthday in it, and it's just like incorrect. I'm
wrong.
Like, how you gonna tell me what my birthday is? Wait a minute.
So here's the thing: my stupid ass, and I'm sure your stupid ass and your stupid ass did the same thing. But my stupid ass said, "Oh, I can't get in unless I'm 18. I'm just gonna add however many years I have to add to be 18 right now." Instead of doing the smart thing and just saying, let's just add 10 so I remember.
Yeah.
I'd be just random, just...
So, like, I'm currently 27, except on that account, I'm 32. On that account, I'm 29. On that account, I'm 34. But good news, my birthday's always in January. Because that's the only thing I changed was the year to make sure I was 18 on that day.
That's funny. You had system to the chaos. I just whatever was my fancy for that date of birth.
This man was like, 1969 sounds good today.
I would be like,
you were changing the day?
Yeah, I'll be like, I was born November 15th of 1932. Just let me see the fucking video.
You changed the day? No,
I would change everything, bro. I'll be like, the next one I'd be like, nah. Brett, I was born in August of 1952.
What do you do when they ask you for it?
Make a new account.
I have so many emails, so many new accounts, so many lost into the abyss because I don't remember what year I was born.
Some of those were probably lost like the week later.
I have 3 accounts out there of every single media platform login thing. I don't know.
Wow.
I've grown up.
Do all that.
I've grown up.
The year was hard enough for me.
I've grown up. It's like, I'm an adult now, guys. It's okay.
This motherfucker decided to do it in the system of whenever I signed up, I turned 18 that day.
That's funny. That's smart, though.
No, it's not!
Smarter than chaos.
No!
It is chaos.
It is chaos. You gotta remember what day you created the account. Fuck that.
Oh, Lord.
Fuck that. Bro, I have a hard enough time remembering my password. Because, can we talk about that real quick? Can we talk about the bullshit that comes with passwords nowadays?
They have to be, like, so complex.
Why are they so fucking needy? Why do I have to have an uppercase, a lowercase, a symbol, a number, 18 digits? If I'm okay with my shit being unprotected, let me make my password. I don't give a shit.
If it's an account for something inconsequential, like you can
Facebook?
create, or gaming accounts. Like, why did this random mini clips website want me to find a password that's 18 digits with 3 special characters and a combination of letters and numbers? When I'm never again gonna log, I'm just gonna create a new.
I imagine it, and for the record, I don't know. This is just me coming up with something.
No, this is you. This is you doubling down that you know. Go ahead.
Oh yeah. No, I did the research. I imagine there was a situation where there was probably a lawsuit, and a company got held liable because they did not do everything in their power to make sure that somebody wasn't stupid enough to put a horrible password.
That's not their problem.
Hey, I'm not saying it is, but all it takes is a lawsuit that happens, a really good lawyer, and a dumb judge. Which I don't know if you realize that's not a hard combination nowadays.
That's true. I don't know. I don't like when I enter a password and it's like you can't enter this password, and I'm like, why not? You don't have enough like uppercase letters. All right. How about now? Now you don't have enough numbers. All right. How about now? Now you don't have enough symbols. All right, how about now? You don't have enough characters. How many fucking characters do I need? 16.
And then after all that,
I don't even know a 16-letter word.
And then after all that, your password doesn't match the password you used above, and you can't see anything but those damn asterisks.
No.
You know what the most irritating
is when your password's too similar to, or your password is too similar to the password you already used.
Oh, no. Here's what's the most irritating. When you go to log in, you can't get in, so you go to forgot my password, reset my password. You go to enter your new password, can't use the same as the previous password. Bitch, it didn't work!
I get so mad. I like rage.
That's a fight, bro.
I'm like, dude, I sat here for 5 minutes putting every single last password that I've had for like the last 7 years, and when I get that message, I'm just like, how?
I have used the same 5 passwords my whole life. If I'm not logging in successfully, y'all change my password. Like y'all did.
I gotta be honest, I hate 2-step verification. I hate it. I see the benefit in it. I see how it's beneficial. It is the most inconvenient. I don't like it being required. Yes. If you want to set it up personally,
I don't like it being a requirement.
I like it as an option.
I almost lost my PlayStation account because they enable 2-factor authentication through an app that doesn't work on my phone.
Steam used to mess me up with that 2-part authentication thing till I learned how to turn it off. Because it was like, oh, you logged in from this computer 3 days ago? I don't recognize this computer. Go through the 12-step process to verify yourself.
It's been getting me a lot being like in a different country and not having my same phone that was
not even the VPN
everything.
Helps, does it?
Should this be an option? Because I feel like it's a security risk if you get hacked. But should there be an option to like link your social to an account so that you can say like, if I can't verify my password, I can contact customer support and provide them with my social to get back into my account?
It's just been so many hacks, so many websites.
Well, no, I understand it would be a risk for hacks, but if you're willing to do it, it should be up to you.
I mean,
I would agree with you. Like, I understand, but I wouldn't do the option.
Depending on like what service it is, a lot of services have your social. Like, it's already a verification method.
Like if it's insurance related, bank related.
Sure. But
I'm
saying like
related. Even your. I have to think about this. I think even your phone. Like if you're like through like Verizon or like T-Mobile, I think they have your social.
Those big brother carriers try to get your social.
Yeah.
And they ask for it. You don't have to provide it.
Not necessarily, but most of the time they have it because they have to check your credit.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense. And then they have it.
So then they have it because they have to check your credit.
And it's a very easy verification process.
Right. But like I'm saying, like if I'm willing to take that risk, like, oh no, I know it's a risk, but it's up to me, I should be able to say, hey, look, in the event that I get locked out of my goddamn PlayStation account, I can call customer support and tell them, hey, here's my fucking 9-digit social security number. Give me my fucking account back. That should be an option.
I agree. I don't have anything. I wouldn't use it, but I mean, why not have that option?
I wouldn't use it either, but it should be an option because there are people who can't remember passwords.
I would use it for like the important stuff like passport, legal paperwork.
And 100%, for the love of God, just fucking let me have a 5-digit password. Let me have a PIN. Fuck passwords. Let me use PINs for everything. If a PIN is good enough for my credit card, it is good enough for my Facebook.
I mean, I would recommend when you become any type of person of relevance in the world, I would recommend upping the security of your passwords.
Yeah. Sure. But as a bare minimum, if a 4-digit PIN is good enough for you to take every dollar in my bank account, a 4-digit password is good enough for me to go in my goddamn Facebook account. Is that fair?
That's very fair. Sure.
I feel like I should be able to just go 0, 1, 2, 3 and be in.
I'm sure there's much more involved as to
with the
why they make the requirements. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Like, there has to have been something that took place that enforced these policies.
I'm not saying there wasn't something that took place. I'm saying we need to just fucking acknowledge that some people are stupid and let them do them.
Fair.
Because the stupid person who put password 01 as their password should not be the reason that I don't have the ability to use a fucking 8-digit password.
Chaos.
But that's just me.
I say no. We corral the idiots and we give them rules to play by the game. Otherwise, their idiocracy is going to get the best of them. So I take the babysitter approach. Don't give them those options. They too dumb. Humanity can't handle the truth. Or just give it to them.
I'm going to be real with you. Russell Howard said it best. We need to stop pandering to idiots. If you see a sign that says mind the gap and you go, I want to be in the gap, let him go. Let him go. Russell Howard was right. We need to stop pandering to the morons and just let them go. Like, if you see the fucking gel in a fucking package and go, I really want to try and taste that, we don't need a sign that says don't eat. Let them try it.
Don't eat the Tide Pods.
Let them fucking do it.
We do not endorse this.
If they're fucking stupid, that's their problem.
Hey guys, you can hear me.
Yep.
I cannot hear you.
Okay.
But I think it's a good time for us to end the podcast.
Sounds like a plan.
We're at that time. So, but yeah, I can't hear anything these two guys are saying. So I'm just going to run us out of here. I appreciate you guys, watching. A lot of technical difficulties. There's been issues with Discord, issues with my particular setup because I'm currently moving. But thank you for your patience within all of this. We appreciate you guys watching. But yeah, this is going to do it for us. It's been a pleasure. And goodbye.
Later, guys. Don't
See you
forget to
later.
check out 16.5.
Absolutely.
See ya.